fantastic James Wade! Pure box office.
The machine. Oh, you cannot get better than that.
Clinical.
Thank you. Welcome back to week number 4 of the Betway Premier League. Brought to you by the Professional Darts Corporation, live on Sky Sports. And at this time, we welcome the millions of viewers joining us around the world. This is Brighton! And it's time to meet the players. The winner of 2 UK Opens, the winner of 2 World Grand Prix. Ladies and gentlemen, the former Premier League champion, it's the machine, James Wade! And now, ladies and gentlemen, here he is, a 2-time Premier League champion, the 2-time back-to-back champion of the world, the Flying Scotsman, Gary Anderson!
Back it up, back it in, let me begin. I came to win, I don't mean that's a sin. I won't ever slack up, hook it and I back up. Try and play a role and got a whole couple act up. Get up, stand up, come on with your hands up. If you got the feeling, jump and touch the ceiling. Monsters are broke, so I was looking drunk, now I muscle in the eye. And then I'll take the box, I came to get down, I came to get down. So get out your seat and jump around, jump around, jump around, jump around. Jump up and get down.
Match 3 of the night, Anderson against James Wade, Wade Marble. Look at Anderson's stats so far in this competition. 56% on the doubles is impressive, very impressive.
It really is, yeah, and we know how big he scores as well. And what it's basically saying to any opponent is that you've basically got to stick with me time and time again, and hoping that he misses, say, that he finishes at 104, 105 when he only gets one double, because he's hitting more than one from every 2.
Lost 7-5 to Wright last week, that's only half the story. Average 107, 6-180 and still lost.
Yeah, it's kind of, it's just the result that was the downside. The actual performance was magnificent. And a bit like James last week, he beat Adrian 7-4, but he was 4-3 down and struggling as well, and then reeled off 3 legs in 34 darts. James Wade has become tough to beat again. What I mean by that, he was kind of off the boil for a while, but when he plays well, James, he really is one tough customer.
It's been a good night so far, hasn't it?
It's brilliant so far, yeah, and we've still got some absolute pearlers to come as well.
Over to Rod Harrington and Nigel Pearson.
Yes, agree with Dave Clark there. Fantastic night so far, and it's still got the makings of 3 more brilliant games. Nice steady start from Gary Anderson. This man, James Wade, one of 3 unbeaten players in the Premier League so far this year. MVG, unbeaten after 4, 2 wins, 2 draws. Phil Taylor, 2 wins and a draw. And James Wade, also 2 wins, 1 draw. Yet to be defeated this week 4 of the Betway Premier League Darts here at the Brighton Centre. 2 terrific matches so far. Yellow Classen getting his first win on the board. Spectacular style, it has to be said, against Chizzy. Michael van Gerwen and Adrian Lewis turning on the style in that previous game, and Gary Anderson turning on the style already. 9 darts can take out an 11 darter to get us underway here tonight. Tournament average of 104 for Gary Anderson. Can he do this now for an 11 dart leg? Double 12. 6 is the target.
Well, the scoring power is with Gary Anderson. However, if Wade can just hit a big score, he will put the pressure on. The double 6, he's got to attack it. No good putting the dart low here and covering it up with the flight and the stem. Oh, and that's exactly what he's done. Oh, that's a great dart. I mean, that sort of legs, Nigel, all of a sudden you get out the gate flying, then all of a sudden you've just given it back to your opponent. But a good start for Gary Anderson.
Yes, very much so. Beaten by Peter Wright last week. Gary, his only defeat so far. As Dave Clark mentioned there, he averaged 107 and hit 6 180s. Being beaten by Peter Wright, who averaged almost 110. Such is the standard of the Premier League darts. Spectacular. James Wade looking to bounce back. Level it here. Battle to beat the drop, by the way. Adrian Lewis getting that point against MVG, a real boost as Gary Anderson somehow crept the last dart in. 2 180s now for Gary Anderson. And the standard continues, Rod Harrington.
Yes, it certainly does. We know that James Wade won't hit too many 180s, but he's a 140 king. That's what he's got to do. He's got to stay with Gary Anderson. Hope that Gaza misses a few doubles, and that's when James Wade is at his best. Punishing mistakes. Look out for a few checkouts just over the 100, or just around the 100 from Wade. He is one of the best. Needs to find another treble, perhaps. That will do very nicely. Now, Anderson had this in the first leg. He's hit the 57, now 74. He's got to go for the 14s. Double 16 for a 2-0 lead.
How many times do we see that? Tops for James Wade now. Double 10 to level the match. Well, Gary Anderson will be a little bit frustrated there. Had the opportunity for 2 legs to 0. But it's a high-quality contest, this one, after 2 legs. 2 180s for Gary Anderson. 112 average. This man averaging 102. Quite some night so far. Phil Taylor, Kim Hybreds to come. Raymond van Barneveld and Peter Wright still to come as well. Crowd here in Brighton are being served up an absolute treat.
This is where Wade has got to pounce if he's going to break the throw of Anderson. You know that Gary's going to be down level tons the worst way. A ton, not quite enough. Needs a couple of 140s, or at least 180 in the leg. Again, just 1 treble on the visit. Wade doesn't hit many 180s, but 1 would have been ideal in that position. 140 may help.
Right on cue from James Wade, who next week faces Michael van Gerwen in Exeter, the West Point Arena. Gary plays Phil Taylor next week. What a night that promises to be in Exeter as well. Went for the 25 route, James Wade.
I love that shot. That is so intelligent of James Wade. Gives him 2 darts at the double instead of probably 1. And it's going to be 2 darts at his favourite double top to break the throw of Anderson. And with Anderson scoring power, you won't get too many chances to break that throw. And that's what James Wade does.
Great.
Gary Anderson straight, literally level tons on the way down, but it wasn't enough.
No. Fine finish as well from Wadey. A break-up throw, first one of the match. James Wade 2-1 up here. If Wadey was to win this, he'd go top of the table, and Gary Anderson would be only a point above Dave Chisnall and Jelle Klassen. 96. Fascinating early stages of the Premier League in the build-up to Week 9 and Judgment Night in Cardiff. when 2 will be eliminated from the competition.
See, if Wade happens to win this, who'd have thought that Gary Anderson would have been looking at relegation? I know we're early on in the league. We're putting points on the board early is the thing you've got to do. Takes the pressure off, puts the pressure on everybody else. And that 1 point for Adrian Lewis in the previous game, getting the draw out of Michael van Gerwen, was such a crucial point for him. Now he's going to sit back and let Michael van Gerwen beat everybody else.
Scrappy from Anderson, only 45. And he's letting James Wade off the hook here. Started the game well, but hasn't been able to be consistent enough here. Needs the lot here, really. Started nicely, hasn't he? Will he fill it up? I said he needed it, and he got it. That's a third 180 for Gary Anderson. Pressure on James Wade now.
Well, Anderson going to get the 1 dart at double top, and he can't let Wade come back for this 100. This is a dangerous, although it's to hold the throw for Wade, it's to take a 2-leg lead. And Wade is so good at these sort of checkouts.
Pressure on now for double 10. Nails it. Absolutely nails it when the pressure was on. Anderson waiting to pounce. 3-1 Wade leads, and now, Rod, this is a huge leg of darts for Gary Anderson.
Wade's just got to keep playing his game. It's what James Wade does. 98 average, or just over the 100 with that score. That's what Wade does. 97 to 100. That's how he's won tournaments. And those checkouts, Nigel, we say about James Wade, he is one of the best. Now we talk about Gary Anderson's and the Michael van Gerwen, Phil Taylor, but you take them checkouts around the 100 at crucial times, and Wade is one of the kings.
Yeah, not ahead of 180, but still very, very consistent. 3 out of 5 at the finishing as well. He's hit that ton finish 2.
Gary, you require 145.
Anderson. Trouble 15 would have left tops for Gary, but he's going to be back anyway with Wade not on a finish. Top of the board, so checking the score now. Wadey looking for a setup here. 3-1 up, and he has that break of throw in his favour anyway. Anderson looking to hold here.
Well, that was a mistake from Gary. They only get 1 dart at a double. And it is going to be 1. And double top it is. And again, he's missed it. And again, look at the score for James Wade. He just wants 1 treble to have 1 dart at a double, and he's going to get that at double top. Can Wade again punish the mistakes of Gary Anderson? That's exactly what he's done. This is incredible checkouts from James Wade. 67%, 4 out of 6. Nigel, look at Gary Anderson. 1 out of 7 on the checkouts.
Yeah, 6 missed darts and a double for Gary. That's the story of the game. 4-1 Wade leads. Gary averaging a ton, but his finishing is his Achilles heel right now. Needs to try and claw his way back into this. Gary Anderson.
37.
James Wade, though, behind in the averages, but still 4-1 up. Typical of James Wade. Very methodical, effective to performance. His finishing the reason, tells the story. Brilliant stuff from Wade. And James Wade 2 legs away from maintaining his unbeaten record in the Premier League as well.
And a little bit of frustration in the face of Gary Anderson. You don't see that very often. Gary Anderson has got to get his rhythm back, and that low dart again shows a little bit of tension.
135.
Wade is going to get 6 darts from 203. just checking himself. Yeah, 17th was the shot. Superb. Wade's on fire this evening.
Yeah, very much so.
And he's thinking about the game as well. Remember earlier on he went for 25 to leave himself to 56, guaranteed himself 2 darts at a double. Thinking.
Here we go for double 8 now. No problem. His finishing is very, very impressive tonight, James Wade. He's 5-1 up. A leg away from knowing he will remain unbeaten in the Premier League.
177.
Time for Gary to get it together. Nothing wrong with his point scoring. It's his finishing that's the story of the match.
No, when you think, you know, he's got 14% on the doubles, but he's still got just under the 103 average. You know, 3 180s, 4 140s, but it's those percentages on the doubles. And this man here, James Wade, is not someone that you keep missing doubles against. Against some of the other players, you may get back to the board, but at the moment, James Wade is not letting him.
Yeah, Gary made a good start to the match as well, didn't he? And this is better, but it's still the body language of a man who's a little bit annoyed with himself here, Gary Anderson. Surely going to go 5-2, but it's only for a holder throw.
56.
For Gary, here we go, 88 he needs. The treble 20. Needs a treble 20 for double 4. And he gets it. That's much, much better from Gary Anderson.
And that's the reason why James Wade does not have averages over 100. He wanted 292 when Gary Anderson went out. James Wade went early part of that, I can't win this leg, I'm just going to stay relaxed. We see Wadey do it all the time. Anderson now, he's got to win this leg. He's got to put the pressure on, he's got to put James Wade on the back foot.
Yes, it's a vital part of the game. If Gary can win it, this leg, then it's game very much back on, isn't it? It's still very effective from James Wade, very consistent. But this is better from Gary Anderson. Mind you, 3 180s for Anderson, none for James Wade. Needs a treble.
60.
Gary's got an opportunity for a breaker throw from here. If he can set it up. Favourite to win the leg now.
100.
Well, 140 from James Wade here. Gary Anderson misses. And he leaves Wadey on one of those checkouts again. He's had a result there, so he possibly will get 6 darts from 1-2-1. Bullseye now for Gary Anderson. He can't hit doubles, but he can certainly hit the little red bit in the middle of the boards, and that's one break and throwback for Gary Anderson.
That was class from Gary Anderson. He's back in the game now, big style. 121 with a bullseye finish, averaging 106. And 5-1 up. James Wade now under a bit of pressure. The average is there with Gary almost 106. But the finishing is why James Wade has the lead right now, but he's being given something to think about here. Gary is digging deep and scrapping for everything here now. Good stuff, good stuff.
60.
Well, at one time we thought James Wade was going to run away with this match, but now we certainly have a game at hands.
Hold of throw for Gary here, it's 5-4. Pressure on. James Wade rarely shows signs of pressure. Doesn't give much away with his emotion and his body language up there on the big stage, but James will know he's been in a great position, but could end up finding himself from 5-1 to 5-4 here. Anderson coming back for tops for a third straight leg on the board.
We have a game on here in Brighton between James Wade and Gary Anderson. Now, Gary Anderson will be looking for a 12-dart leg, but this man, James Wade, would just be thinking, straight tons, take the 101 out, or the 104, and we'll see what happens. That's a bonus.
Sixth time he's hit one of those.
45.
Gary all over the place this time. Real opportunity for James to kick on now. If he wins this leg, he will remain unbeaten in the Premier League.
60.
200 from 6 darts from James Wade. Gary, well, that's a good record. That's much better. He's going down for treble 19 as well. Much more like it.
Well, it still puts him at least 3 darts now, 6 darts away from James Wade, though. Superb darts from Wade. Really has piled the pressure on. And now he's going to get 6 darts to get at least 1 point out of Gary Anderson. Doesn't have to go to bullseye route. Bullseye now.
65.
Well, Wade is going to be back. Gary well behind here. So, James Wade needs 65 to guarantee a point here in Brighton tonight. Well, he's hit the 50 instead of the 25. 7 would leave double 4. He's going to be back anyway. Gary Anderson not on a finish. But this to just put a bit of pressure on. Great night of darts. This is the third of 5 matches. Phil Taylor and Kim Hybrid still to come. Barney and Peter Wright as well. Double 4 for James Wade. Double 2. Now the pressure's on. Now the pressure's on. Oh!
Can you believe the way Wade's been playing on the checkouts, and he's gone and done that? 18 for a bullseye. He's already taken the 1-2-1 out on the bullseye, and this time he won't. Now, we said it about the Chisnell game, aim above the wire. That's the perfect guide, should find it from there.
Oh, can you believe it? And all of a sudden, Gary Anderson's finishing is a higher percentage. Double 12. That's a marker. Oh, it's gone well below. Can you believe what you're seeing here? Nerves, tension, drama for double 1, well above. Got to come down, Wadey. Oh, goodness gracious me. Here we go again. Double 6 for Gary Anderson to level the match. He was 5-1 down. Just above. No problem. Never in doubt.
Well, that was pretty unbelievable from these two. James Wade is going to be kicking himself. After all them checkouts, 110, 100, looked very tidy. And all of a sudden, has a leg when he can put 1 point on the board.
Well, it's not going well for Wadey here. Gary seems to be throwing it more like his old pace and got the rhythm. A crucial time now. Only 2 legs maximum remain in this match.
When you nick a leg like that, Nige, normally it does give you a bit of rhythm. You think the luck's on your side, and as I say, that hits a 1. And normally, like James Wade, when you've let someone off massively like that, it can just throw you for 6 to 9 darts, and certainly frustration now in the James Wade throw. Looks a bit angry with himself, doesn't he?
Very much so. He's 5-1 up, and look at him now.
89.
More like it from James Wade. His average has gone down below 90. Finishing has dipped below Gary's. Now 17 is the shot for Gary Anderson. That is a brilliant setup for tops when he comes back. Remember, Gary Anderson was 5-1 down. This to guarantee a point and a 5th straight leg. Tops he needs. Getting closer. Tops he gets. What a match! Pressure on James Wade to save the match and his unbeaten record now.
It's just incredible how a game can turn around on one leg, and those missed darts at the doubles for James Wade has just killed him. And Anderson now 5 legs on the trot. That's the way it stands at the moment. But if Anderson can put another point on the board, it put him joint top at the moment. Just off the joint top on leg difference.
Yeah, it's denied James Wade the opportunity to go top of the table tonight. Phil Taylor to come next, by the way, against Kim Hybrex, and Barney against Snakebite. Our final game of the night here in Brighton. What a night. Still 2 corkers to come.
Yeah, especially that last one, Nigel.
Yes.
The way Peter Wright's playing and the way Barney's been playing for a while now. Should be a cracker.
Gary looking for both points now. Wants the win to complete a remarkable recovery. James Wade, unbeaten in 3 matches before tonight, 5-1 up and now 6-5 down. Remarkable match, this one.
90 now. James require 100.
Well, you'd think he'd get 6 darts from 141, and he's going to need them. Oh, he's done the all-important. Got to go 25.
105. Gary require 100.
Well, he's taken out 1-2-1. If he hits the first treble 20, he's got to stay there. Well, he's not done that. So Wade will come back for that point. Can he take the chance this time?
Double 18 to stay unbeaten in the Premier League. He's got to fancy this, hasn't he? Now double 9. Oh, superb recovery. James Wade remains unbeaten in the Premier League. What a match. He was 5-1 up. Gary bounced back to 6-5. And James nails the level up. What a match.
Gary, thanks for joining us after that draw. It was a real nail-biter. I guess you're a bit brashed off, James, aren't you? Because, you had your man where you wanted him there.
No, not at all. Yeah, I'm annoyed that I lost, but no more annoyed that...
True.
It's a loss in a dart player's terms, Gary would be exactly the same.
Yeah.
Wasn't good enough. Gary did what he needs to do at the right times, and I was thankful that Gary didn't score as he can. So, maybe I can take it as a win. But no, I'm annoyed, But for a Scottish man, he's actually all right.
I know he's a very nice man indeed. What did you make of it, Gary?
Starting off, I was scoring well, doubles, missing him. The way he was checking it, he finishes that he does. I think it was a ton and a 110 or a 120 took it. Sweet as enough, aye, and then we got back to it, and then there was that terrible leg with the doubles, and that kind of killed us, But yeah, that's the way it goes, If I'd won that, it'd have been a steal. So lucky to get. I lost last week, but Peter took some great finishes. See what he does tonight.
You lost 5 legs on the trot, then won 5 on the trot. One of them was that leg with the messing around on the doubles. That was the key leg, wasn't it, I think?
I don't know. I can't remember what leg it was. It was a bad leg. That's all I can remember.
I never understand dart players that can remember that far back.